So today, we're here in celebration of one of the greatest musical collaborations ever to ever get together and to officially announce their reuniting. Their album, called One, will be in the record stores beginning June 20th. And more specifically to that recording process, I want to bring to the stage Tony Brown, who along with Nora Wilson produced the album. And I think, as they say, the proof is in the pudding, and Tony will speak to you more specifically about the music. Thank you.
Welcome, everybody. I consider myself probably one of the luckiest executives in the city of Nashville to work with the greatest label in Nashville, MCA Records. And over the past 10 years, my tenure at the label, I've had the opportunity of signing some incredible artists and producing some incredible artists. About 4 years ago, one of my dreams came true. Had the opportunity of acquiring George Jones to come to MCA Records, and consider that one of my greatest achievements to be able to have George Jones on our roster. And so, with that dream fulfilled, there was one thing I still wanted to do as a producer, and I never thought it would come true, was to get a chance to work with George Jones and Tammy Wynette, separately or together. Well, this year, Nora Wilson and myself had the great opportunity to go in the studio and record an album with George Jones and Tammy Wynette. And there's not many producers in the city of Nashville that have had that opportunity, and I consider myself very honored to have done that. And we went to the old RCA studios, and we did it with an incredible, huge rhythm section, background singers. We sort of did it the old way they did it back in the old days, when everybody was there, and the synergy in the room was unbelievable, and it's an experience I will never forget. And the music we recorded is in keeping with the tradition of George and Tammy, and I'm very, very proud of it. And I'm also very proud of being working with the legendary Nora Wilson, who wrote a lot of George's great hits and some of Tammy's hits. And everybody in town knows who Nora is, and so I'll bring him up right now and let you meet the legendary Nora Wilson.
Well, I feel like I should run for office at this point, but after 25 years of love and friendship with Tammy and her family and George and his family, and you know, I felt right at home, obviously. And the great thrill years ago of having each of them record some songs that I had part writing in was obviously a great, great thrill, but even more so for Tony, and I appreciate it, Tony, to have me come in and join in for this creative process and literally be a producer working with the First Lady and the King, and that's how to say it. I think that this album is truly one of musical history's greatest events, and I think it's going to show that, hopefully, in sales. It's been wonderful. All the players, the older players we had playing on the sessions were excited about being there, and especially the younger guys who hadn't had the opportunity to work with a George Jones and a Tammy Wynette. And it's been a treat, and we've worked long and hard. And I thank MCA and George and Tammy and Tony for letting me be part of the process. It's absolutely great. Wonderful.
Okay, now we'll play you the first single from the record, called One, and enjoy.
Is the name of the single, it's the name of the album. And to celebrate the reuniting of these two great talents, I'd like to bring to the stage George Jones and Tammy Wynette.
Thanks to everybody.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Nice
Thank
to have
you.
all
Thanks
of
for
you
coming.
with us. I guess we're just open for questions and what have you right now. We're real thrilled, and we want you to know that over the new video. We hope you could had a chance to see it today. I don't guess they saw it today. I haven't seen it.
No.
But we hope you'll get a chance to see it. I think you're going to really like the video, and hope you like the song.
Yeah, and I want to say thanks to Naro and Tony and Bruce and everybody that's been with us on this. Thanks.
Oh, everybody's been real good.
Yeah.
So we'll just answer some
So
questions.
start firing away, I guess.
Would you want to answer
Okay.
that?
It was wonderful. It was as though we had never quit. I just walked in the studio and I seemed to know what he was going to do, and he knew what I was going to do, and it was really, really great. It's as though we never quit.
Well, we first did an album of mine with a lot of the artists, Bradley Barnes Sessions, and that was our first time back in the studio. Actually, we did Golden Rings over again for that album, and of course, that was a real relaxed atmosphere and session that we had out at Bradley Barnes, so that really helped out a
That
lot.
kind of
So
paved the way.
we just got right into it, and just like old times.
It was a good feeling. Beg your pardon? No, we didn't. We did a couple of old ones, wasn't it? The Charlie Pride thing. You're Just an Old Love,
Yeah,
Turned Memory.
there's a couple of old tunes on the album, but there's 8 of them are all brand new songs, though.
Were you
Yeah.
all pretty much in agreement on what song you did finally go in with?
Yeah.
Or did you have a lot of back and forth?
No, we didn't. I think we agreed on everything
Yeah.
that we did on the album.
We listened to them in the studios and also at home, and what I seemed to like, she liked, so I think it turned out to be a pretty strong album.
Yeah, I'm really, really proud of it. From a song that Ed Bruce wrote that we did on the album, it's called One, and it's really a beautiful ballad. I think you heard it earlier, but that's where the title came. It just seemed the
Well,
right thing.
we started tying it all in together, probably with our publicity work and everything. Is first time back together, one time, and we're on different labels, of course, and this will probably be a one-time thing only, and we thought the song was appropriate, for this for the album, so that's what we titled it for.
Yes, we are. I think our first performance together is it in May or June?
I think it's June. I forgot the date now, but
Is it in Atlanta?
in June, and then of course the video will be out in May,
And the single will be at radio May 22nd, I think.
right. I'm glad you
Yeah,
can
we'll be-
remember dates. I can't.
Yeah, we'll be doing about 30 or 40 dates together this year, and it's a thrill for me.
We already have several bookings already, and especially an overseas thing in September. We're going over there for 6
Yeah, I'm going to teach him that there are good food over there.
I can't find it.
He said the last time he was over there, he starved to death. And I said, well, I know
they
some
even
good
took-
places to eat.
They even took my Vienna sausages. I had a bunch of them.
Well, I took all my food last year and cooked Thanksgiving dinner at, I took cornmeal and everything with me and cooked it at Plymouth England last year, so we'll be okay with food.
I hope so.
We wanted to be together doing it because that's the only way we'd ever recorded together before. And I don't know if we recaptured the magic or whatever that we used to have, but I know it was really a pleasure and a thrill.
We did a little bit of overdubbing on our, one-liners and things like that, but the main things we did in the studio together, because you get a little better feeling that way.
Yeah, and when you have to watch his mouth, he never opens it, just things through his teeth. And I had a heck of a time following him, phrasing with him.
Yeah.
And then he made fun of me, too, because I was getting short of breath, so.
And do you see an approach to get together previously to this, and why was this the right time to be united?
I didn't understand what he said. I'll get my hearing aids next week.
We hadn't discussed anything about doing this until just shortly before we did. I had wanted to do it for years, and it just had not worked out for us. But then after we did the Bradley Barn session with George, that kind of broke the ground for us because we didn't really know if we were going to record together or not. But after that, we decided we wanted to, and then we started making plans then.
Well, Nancy and I talked about it for quite some time. We thought it would be a good idea. We've been doing these projects here the last couple of albums or so, different things, you know, that sort of extra type albums, and we got to thinking that Tammy and I hadn't recorded together for quite a few years, 15, 16 years, something like that. And we thought it might be a good project to work on, and we took the ideas to MCA, and they seemed to like it. And so I want to thank them mainly, you know, for getting on this thing. And we certainly enjoyed doing the album, and we just almost got it. Well, I guess we got all our singing parts completed. We're just waiting for Naro to finish his work.
And it was great working with Tony and with Naro. They both just made us feel at home so much, made it comfortable for us.
Right. Don't leave Tony out because he's helping Naro do a good job.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
Was there ever any anxiety about this before you actually got back to the studio?
Oh yeah, I was very anxious thinking about it. You know, we hadn't recorded together in 15 years, and I didn't know if we could even hum together anymore. But I was, you know, I wanted to do it. I'm nervous about it. First session. Were you nervous? The first session?
I had to talk her out of getting out of them voodoo things that videos she does, you know.
Oh, Lord.
Which was a very good one.
KLF. He asked me that a couple of days ago, well, what in the world those guys look like, or who are they? And those dancers, those hoo-hoo, or whatever they're called.
I can imagine what our mothers would have said.
Yes. I can too. Have we what? No, we probably will, but we haven't yet.
No, our
other
my
parts.
wife and her husband make sure they're around in case something does happen. So everything's going to be all right, I think.
Yeah, somebody said this past week they told, it was in Utah, this one guy asked my nephew, said, did you know George and Tammy have gotten back together for an album? And he said, yes. And he said, well, now what is she to you? And he said, well, she's my aunt. She married my uncle. He said, well, not for long, because her and George done back together again. So that was the first thing I heard when...
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Some of them, there's some laid back ones out there still think we're married.
Yeah. There was a lady in Australia last year that said that, where's George? And I said, well, he's not with me, and we don't work together anymore. And she said, oh, yes, you do. And she pulled out our album from underneath her arm. And she said, see, right here, right. I said, we don't do that anymore. No, you do, because here's the proof right there. So
right.
They wouldn't take no for an answer.
George, you've been pretty vocal on the radio in the past concerning your new recordings. Do you have any message for the DJs out there that might be listening in on this, concerning this?
I don't know if I quite understood you right. You mean about radio not taking care of us older artists anymore? Your radio we still have a lot of radio play. It's just, it's the big tight guys, or whatever you want to call them, that are in the mainstream. They're into the new hot country, and I don't know why they have to leave us out. There's not but a handful of us,
No.
and we don't make a lot of noise. And I don't know what they're worried about, but they won't play us, and then we're not going to worry about it because we still have all you guys and TV, and we want to rest a little bit anyhow. I'm enjoying it. I'm out on the farm, and we're just having a good time.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, he couldn't wait
They got to bring my
in the
new
studio
tractor
to get
yet.
home, feed his cows, and
Did you guys run through a lot of material before you settled on the 10 songs, or you already had that pretty much laid out?
Well, we listened to a lot of material, and but Naro really went through a lot for us, and he knew exactly what the type of stuff that Tammy and I have always done, and so Naro was a great help of getting this stuff together for us. So
I think we pretty well had all 10 songs down by the time we went in the first session, didn't we?
right.
Did you record any of Nora's songs?
I'm not sure. It seemed like we had about 12 or 13 songs altogether, and I'm not sure if we made it to those other 3 or not. I think we picked the best 10 probably that
I don't
we
think any of
came
them
to, you
were
know, first.
Nora's. None of them were ours either.
What was the hardest part about this whole project?
Well,
Keeping him off the farm, recording.
keeping me off the lawnmower and
The heavy traffic every day.
it really went like a breeze. Really, we of course, you know, we did a lot of takes and things to try to perfect, you know, get them down real good, and so again, Naro and Tony Brown's work was cut out for them because they had to do a lot of putting together stuff that the better takes, you know, and the better lines that we had over here and over there. So that was the big job for them. We got ours done by just singing it over 4 or 5 times and go to the next one.
Everybody cites you too as legends in the industry, and all the newcomers look up to you so much, and I mean, you're their idols. Is there any particular advice that you would hand out for the new artists coming along?
Well, in this day and time, the way country music has changed, it'd be hard to tell them what to do. But I think mainly is stay on their P's and Q's and keep yourself straight, and don't go through all the things that a lot of us put our bodies and our life through, and just try to stick to business. And I think they have a lot better future down the road.
They're all trying to achieve the longevity that you have achieved. Is there any secret to that?
Gosh.
Didn't quite understand you.
Is there any secret to your longevity?
Not really, just being lucky, I guess, and very fortunate to have the fans out there that still like our music and like the things we do, and still turn out for our shows. And it's just it's overwhelming to think about it, how lucky I've been. So I'm very fortunate.
Yeah, me too. Very fortunate.
If while you're on the road together, are you going to do separate sets and then one together? How's that going to work logistically?
Did she say what I thought she said?
Well, I don't know. She asked if we were going to do a set by ourselves and then songs together on the tour.
We're gonna do solo sets, and we're gonna change our show around a lot. We're gonna start off the show together, and in fact, we're thinking that's the way we're gonna do it, and we'll probably do 3 or 4 things like that, and then I'll introduce Tammy once again to do her show, and then I'll come back and do a little bit of mine, or most of it, and whatever I can get by with.
That's true.
And then we'll have Tammy back, and we'll
And
end the
we'll
show with
duets.
a bunch of them.
Whose band's going to play for what? Mine or yours, the Jones Boys
Your
or mine?
your band will start them off.
Oh, okay. Hi, David. I'd say friends, just friends. I mean, that's the way I feel.
Are you trying to start something?
You know, we have a beautiful daughter, and she has twin boys that we're real proud of, and we're just, he's my friend. I see so many stupid things that I did, you know, years ago.
We're very good friends. Tammy, from the word go, when I first heard her first recording, I thought she was just about the finest gal country singer that had come along in many, many years. And I think she's really achieved so much in country music, and I don't think there's an end for it yet. If it's radio in our way, I don't know, but I think we'll keep going and do our thing, and hopefully good things will happen.
Thank you.
Do we have one more question? I think in Tammy, in your book about how you said working with George in the early days kind of helped loosen you up on stage and helped you feel more comfortable as a performer. I'm wondering, George, did working with Tammy have, change your style at all on stage or recording or whatever?
I don't believe we'd ever could change our style. Is that what you meant?
The effect of that working on, working together.
What was the first part of the question? I'm sorry, I didn't.
I think I read that when you first started singing with George in your live performances, you felt like, working together.
Oh, well, he gave me I didn't have a personality for a long time, and it was thanks to George when we started working together, I got very comfortable, and it was because of him, because he made me feel at home.
Duets,
Right.
doing duets together is really a good, relaxed, comfortable feeling that you get when you're doing duets, and it's real relaxing. And maybe the first song, you have to get into it, but then after that, we just get real relaxed and let it go.
Well, thank you guys for coming out and for all your support.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.